Oh wait, I got my guitar. Forgot what I was doing. It is October 28th, 2019, 2:55 p.m. This is episode 665, right? I just looked at it. Now I'm like, oh, was it? Then I go look. Yep, 665. Yep. Al Baghdadi was killed by U.S. Special Forces. And, of course, Donald Trump. When Obama killed bin Laden, he went out and talked to America for 9 minutes. Donald Trump tweeted out a teaser, and then he went out and he talked for at least 40 minutes about it. And he was not very presidential about it at all. He was all like, oh, he was whimpering and crying and screaming. He died like a dog. What's the deal with the guy and dogs? You know, dogs are wonderful animals. He must really hate dogs. And called him a coward and all that stuff. What he's doing is he's provoking the terrorists and everything. I'm not saying you got to go out there and coddle these guys, but you don't have to, like, editorialize on it so much, is what I'm saying. How about being presidential? Donald Trump wants to, well, first he also tweeted in the past saying, stop congratulating Obama for killing bin Laden. He didn't do it. The Navy SEALs did. Of course, now he wants somebody to think he killed Baghdadi. The MAGA Daddy wants you to think he killed Baghdadi. And then he's probably thinking, oh, this is a huge win for me. America's going to love me now. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm going to go to the Nationals Park, go to the World Series. And they booed him. And they chanted, lock him up. And I've heard a lot of conservatives today go, you don't do that to a sitting president. That's not how you treat a president. That's not respectful. You know what? Going to all these hate rallies and condoning and encouraging these chants to lock her up and send them back isn't very presidential. If anything, Donald Trump is being treated the way he's taught people that how he wants to treat people. Or he's shown them, basically. He's taught America this is how you treat him. He does not deserve the respect of the presidency. And he has displayed that again and again and again. Because basically he's just an asshole. And he's acted like one, you know? So good for him. I'm glad he got booed. Even some Democrats are saying, well, we shouldn't do that to a president. But the thing is, Donald Trump is not a president. He doesn't act like a president. He doesn't want to be your president, unless you're like TJ who comments here, unless you're a right-wing groper, racist movo. He doesn't want to be your president. He only wants to be president for the base. So go ahead, people at National Park in D.C., boo him. Boo, 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 boo. And stop boo-hooing about it. I'm going to do a few chores here, which is why I'm making this video kind of early. And I might have to go to Fredericksburg. I'm waiting until 5 o'clock to see if they cancel my frickin' jury duty. I really don't want to go to Fredericksburg. Amanda might start thinking that I want to, but I don't. I want to stay home, draw cartoons, and hang out with her. I don't want to go to Fredericksburg. And if you've seen it before, you'll know. I don't want to go there. All right. Amanda said for the last video she could hear me loud and clear, even though I was trying to be kind of quiet. And Ariel was like, yeah, Kenny was this dude, sorry. That's a dude, daddy. Sorry, Ariel. You know what? I'm gonna try to like enunciate and not mumble as much, but I'm not gonna worry about it that much. Sorry. It's like I gotta do it again. I gotta worry about it. Yeah. Sorry. K. Scott. Hey, K. Scott. Is this your first time here, or has it been so long that I forgot that you commented before? Asked a pretty good question. I like the Trump summary. You put summary in quotation marks. Did you start drawing cartoons digitally or on paper? Paper. I started professional cartooning back in 1990, and trust me, nobody was doing it digital then. By the mid to late 90s, some guys were, and it was probably really cumbersome too, thinking about it. I only started drawing on glass in 2016, of May of 2016. It's funny that I remember that, but I always will. because we were in the middle of a presidential election, and every year I look at May and it's like, hey, I've been doing this for so long now. And you know what? I don't encourage it, and I don't discourage it. For me, I think a lot of people, other cartoonists will try to tell you to do everything like they do it. Every time I've gone to conventions, I've been told what kind of pen to use, what kind of paper to use, how to move my hand. And the thing is, to me, is like, you do what works best for you. Do what you love, because the thing is, you gotta like the way you do it, for you to do it. And there's always going to be pains about it, whether you're doing it on paper. Like on paper, I really got tired of eraser crap. You know, all the eraser dust? That was my biggest thing that I hated, was that eraser dust, and even the act of erasing. I just got tired of it. But I missed the ink, I missed the paper, I missed the whiteout. You know, I missed the smell of it. But the way that I work now with so many projects, I have like 3 extra projects this week in addition to my daily shit. I working digitally works for me, mostly because it's just real easy to draw a rough for someone, and then straight from there, don't have to scan it, don't have to take a photo of it, just take the file and stick it in an email. I don't even have to upload it, I can just drag it over. It goes into the email and the editor can see it. And when I'm working with CNN, that takes seconds, so that's awesome. Then you just gotta wait on editors. But that is a lot easier than paper. You do have to get used to it. Glass is a lot different. But I actually have a technique to make glass feel more like paper, and that is, don't clean it. I mean, when it gets a big smudge on it, I can't live with it. But the more that you let it kind of grime up, the more stiffness, that's what I'm looking for here, resistance you get. So that's kind of cool. Click the red button, subscribe, and leave a comment. You get a shout out. Goodbye.